Hey everyone, this is Wycon Gaming bringing to you Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm doing this new Let's Play series after a long time. I hope you will enjoy this video and the series as well. And if you do, please give this video a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below what you think of this game. I just want to tell you guys that I'm so grateful for each one of you out there who subscribe to my channel, and just want to say that thank you very much. So here it is guys, Divinity Original Sin 2. This game is pretty awesome. It's released on 14th September. And I have been doing videos about this game since the alpha version was released. I'm gonna be playing as a Night King, an Undead. That's right folks, it's gonna be pretty cool and awesome. So I'm gonna raise my Undead army and march into Rivellon. Let's dive into this game and explore the beautiful and vast world of Rivellon. I'll be playing a single player in Tactician mode. So Tactician mode is not for the faint heart because I'm a veteran in this game. I would like to play in Tactician mode because the enemy will bombard you with nasty tricks and surprises. So let's begin. We'll play the origin stories. The origin characters have rich personal background stories that allow you to experience the full extent of the Divinity Original Sin 2 tag system. Note the custom characters don't have origin stories. So we are playing origin and our name of the character is Fane. Fane the Undead. So the talents we have is Undead and Ingenious. And I'll be playing as Rogue. So currently we have Throwing Knife, Backlash and Adrenaline. Throwing Knife and Backlash is our main damage output, and Adrenaline will give us 2 action points. And we have Play Dead and Time Warp. I believe Time Warp requires source points to cast. So you woke up and your world was gone, the last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about a history that no one knew existed. Let's listen to the origin story of Fane. Fane the Night King.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world, trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Alright, it looks like we are some kind of shapeshifter. Alright, so I'm gonna Give him the appearance of the Night King. How does it sound? It's cool, right? I like this default face. It has a cool gem on the forehead. Oh, this definitely looks like a White Walker. Oh, the snow look. How does that look, guys? Let me know down in the comments. We are playing as Rogue, and Finesse and Constitution we have as our attributes, and these are the default settings of a Rogue preset. So I will be using that as default. I'm not messing around with this because I quite honestly I like all this settings. So let's what's next? Next we have talents, and we have the pawn. The pawn permits your character 1 AP worth of free movement per turn. Requires scoundrel. We have Rogue is scoundrel, right? So later on we'll require pet pal. It's already selected. I don't know, for some reason I can't select other tags. So we have Mystic and Scholar. That's fine with me. An instrument is Basuri, which is Indian in origin, and Tambura too. So there's a warning: beware playing as Undead because it poses unique risks and benefits. Undead can pick locks with a bony finger alone, so we don't need lower master. And we can survive in the death fog, and healing potions and spell will damage us. So gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, let's jump right into the game. The opening scene. The game has changed so much.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
Boast that you crafted it yourself using a tool to rip the faces from mortal creatures. Okay.
Is that a fact? And your voice? You ripped that from them too. I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull.
Admit that your voice is something of a trick. Your words and tone are projected directly into the minds of others.
Ha! Should have known it was a parlour gimmick. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
So here we are, guys. We are on some kind of a boat, and we have a cool looking mask equipped. The mask of the shifter, which gives us abilities to turn into a human, lizard, elf and dwarf and revert to original form. That's pretty cool. Got Fane's notebook. There's a lot of reading, but I'm not gonna do all of the reading because a lot of books and a lot of notes and stuff is there in this game, which would make me go mad. So I'll be reading the most important things like the journal and stuff. A scholar from times past Fane. Day 1, eons ago, I studied the wheel, a barrier of pure source hiding something in the universe. Alas, the king forbid my search, took me from my family and sealed me in a tomb. I woke up when some poor morsel uncovered my place of rest. I do feel quite bad for devouring his source. Alas, I was rested before I could discover what happened to my wife, daughter or people. But rumors suggest answers may lie in the backpits oil field on Reaper's Coast. Reaper's Coast sounds like a land. The Magistus, Day 1. Though he is a sorcerer and wears a source collar, Bishop Alexandar continues to lead the Divine Order, as he is the son of Lucian and it is widely assumed he will succeed him as the next Divine. So Bishop Alexandar to lead the Divine Order and is the son of Lucian. Okay, so that is a vital information. Chapter 1, The Merryweather. Day 1. Lucian the Divine, champion of the 7 gods and savior of Rivellin, is dead. He sacrificed himself to defeat the forces of the void, leaving his son Alexandar to preside over the next chapter of Rivellin's history. But Lucian's sacrifice did not buy peace. Instead, the years that followed were plagued by the menace of Voidwoken. These beasts were drawn to source magic and left death and destruction in their wake. Incapable of wielding the divine powers that his fathers had at his disposal, Alexandar has resorted to harsher measures in order to stop the Voidwoken. A great pogrom has commenced against sorcerers, those who show the most skill in the manipulation of source, encouraged by his most trusted advisor, Dallas. Alexandar has decreed that all sorcerers must be resettled in isolated colonies, where they cannot pose a threat to rest of Rivellin. One such colony is the ancient island stronghold of Fort Joy. It is to this place that I, the captive sorcerer, am being sent. Troubled Waters, Day 1. We are sorcerers being transported to Fort Joy, an ancient fortress on a remote land where Magisters of the Divine Order have established an entombment camp. I'm bound by a magical collar that cannot be removed. The collar Fane. Alright, so we learned that Lucian the Divine is dead and his son Alexandar will be the next Divine. Okay. This information is useful. You gotta keep the journal reading as it updates so that you understand the game completely.
This room. Or was he already here?
Oh my god. I do a lot of sailing, which gives me a lot of gold, so that you can buy good stuff. I love the barter system in this game. It's changed so much after the release. Just making sure that I've got everything. Alright. And I'm so glad that they added the voice acting in this game.
You're up.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
You say you had a long dream about a ship sailing the river of the dead. But you're not dead, are you?
No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Demand to know why she collared you.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Recall the feeling of waking up and draining a body of source. Recall the rushing power that filled you. Unleash it.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
You better stop before you hurt yourself. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Let's see, she has 23 gold. Gold is very valuable in this game. Gotta do a lot of trading. If we transform into a human, what happens?
Something has changed. You are you, but more. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower...
Headquarters right away.
Oh, I'm a pretty cute dwarf now. I've shifted into a dwarf. Okay, gotta speak to Miss Master William. I forgot his name. What was that?
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
There's also an ancient book laying here. I can't steal. Okay, if we kill all the Magisters, we will earn XP. So I plan to kill all the Magister in the game.
Yes, this is a rare.
Or perhaps...
I'll need
There's
to
been a
write to
murder here.
headquarters right away.
there is a staircase leading to upper deck of the ship. We'll explore that region later.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
Let's ask him what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
I'll be glad to help you in the investigation.
Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
A young Magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Well of knowledge this stone is. Dex is such a dear lending it to me.
Yes,
Looks like
this
there is a murder.
kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Okay, poor guy. His corpse looks like he was beaten to death. A lot of blood there. Let's say what Magister Water has to
Ugly
say.
sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Nothing left to do, really.
What if I could be the killer? That's interesting.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Gotcha.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Tell her that that's a trick you haven't quite mastered.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Yeah, I'm interested in gold. Yeah, gold is good.
Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else. It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Look what I found, a poetry book. It's quite funny though. A woman from drifted wood with a nary care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then to my dismay a spiral she was, and I her buffet.
Into this room.
Once fisting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though still I did swell. Pretty cool though.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Okay, so she's saying there's a pattern on the blood flow. Cool. Okay, so we gotta investigate the murder, who find out who is the culprit, and by finding out who is the murderer, we will earn gold as we have a pact with Magister Waters. Okay. A fellow sorcerer has been discovered murdered. We have been told we'll receive a gold piece as reward if we bring back evidence to Magister Waters regarding who did it. Okay. It seems we cannot loot the corpse. And the broken source collar. Mind you, we are equipped with the source collar, and we can no longer use our source magic or receive source points. Gotta do that quest as early as possible. Okay, let's proceed. I'm gonna look around for some gold. Found a bedroll. Bedroll is the most essential of all. We are a rogue and we already found a dagger. That's pretty good news. We found Shiv. Good.
Please, please, please. That's enough now.
Okay, if we would have pet pal, we can talk to the ship or the animals. Animals give us vital information about the world, and sometimes there are hidden quests. So we got a lady here.
Sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Snake eyes? My eyes look like snakes to you, lady? I didn't think so. I'm not a snake. I'm not Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Wonder what she's doing here.
Rolling dice.
Okay, you're playing a game.
Deciding fates.
Whose fates are you deciding?
Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Did you just call me honey?
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
Lick my arm? Kingy. Oh, I don't mind.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Efficient. That's some efficient looking right there.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were thinking of flesh, or to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh, those that have eluded you for so long.
That's exactly right.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep, so to speak. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
I don't lick and tell. I like that line. We have some kids around here. A lady named Lucy.
Ah, there you are. Husband.
Husband? I'm not your husband. I'm the Night King. I'm the king of the Undead army. I'm not your husband. Please stop calling me husband. Come on.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
She must have confused me with someone else.
Why, I never. I left my good pals at home, or I'd be clutching them with all my daintiest, most ladylike might. Say as you will, husband. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb won't be treated so.
Will you stop calling me husband?
The children break out into giggles.
Oh, the children are enjoying our conversation.
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say that's true enough, Shaker and Lucy, you presume?
You'd presume right.
Do you know about the murder that happened on board?
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
That's more better. Chief sounds good. Stop calling me husband. I'm glad. So, I'm the chief now, I'm the party leader. Okay, before we go down, I want to talk to this guy here whose name is Jalen.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
He's got a pet. Is that... What kind of a dog is that? Examine.
Your Majesty, turnips and water are all I was given.
He's got a pet.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a
Name?
murder, Your Majesty.
He's asking for my name. Should I tell him or not? This is the Magister though.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy, we're trying to catch a killer here.
I'm definitely not a killer.
I know you can.
Not yet.
Be good, you scallywags.
Not just yet.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to...
Boring.
They don't care about us.
It's not boring. It's valuable.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
These two guys are in an intense conversation.
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
Before we talk to them, let's grab everything.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
So I'm a dwarf and this guy looks dwarf too.
Be good, you scallywags.
But he's got some style.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
He opens both eyes and turns his head toward you, looking you up and down. He smiles and closes his eyes once more.
You look like a boy to me.
The king of the undead army looks like a boy to this fucking beast. I'm gonna be swaying a lot in this game, guys. In this playthrough, so you guys are warned.
Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't.
Okay, do you know anything about the murder?
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments.
Ask what you're meant to be hearing.
The ship, of course.
Quieten and listen to the sounds of the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Tell him the ship is moaning like a sick man.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close.
Close your eyes and try to let the ambient sounds on the ship fade away.
There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
What's it supposed to be?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Ask what is so exciting about Fort Joy.
No indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
Turnips and water are all I was given.
Is he hatching a plan? If he is, I'm definitely interested.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much obliged.
This guy is a navigator.
Stay away from the Magisters, brother. They killed that fellow back there. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but I know it all the same.
Why won't you see?
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
Okay, looks like we have the Red Prince. We are talking to the Red Prince.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Let's see where this leads.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
So he's asking, can I cook? Okay, I don't know how to cook. Because I have servants. I'm the king. And he's the prince too. Oh, it's a proper match. Okay, so these options are of origins, which has a deciding fate, has a deciding outcome. Say you can, but that your sense of taste isn't what it used to be.
And of course, a cook who can't taste is about as useful as a dog in a chess game.
Okay, apparently we can.
On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
Most certainly.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
I'm no stranger to combs, powders, and perfumes.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we?
Are you going to evaluate me now? That's unfair. I forbid this.
As per your own testimony, you can tailor and groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, You are my slave.
I'm nobody's slave. You pathetic fool.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Can become slave for the moment because we need to act wisely. Don't want to pick up fight with civilized people. Oh, I accept.
Of course you accept. Mine wasn't an offer, it was an order.
Your Grace.
Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle. Until then, go stand in a discreet corner somewhere, will you?
This again? As soon as the Inquisitor gets here...
We are the slave of the Red Prince.
How dare you classify this?
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just
that gold is too valuable.
I reassure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
Boring.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Looks like we have cleared this area.
Good find.
Found the grease key. It looks like there is a captured prisoner here.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
Ethan. We'll call him Ben. So Ben is captured here, and he's been under the surveillance of Magister Victor, and he looks like a boss.
Skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
This Magister Victor here. We'll talk to them, but we found the grease key, and here's a greasy door. Let's investigate this. Oh my god, lots of loot.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plagues.
Rubbish.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen courses.
Rubbish.
I like garlics. Haha, my character doesn't like them.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
We got some battle going on right there.
You know all about it.
Got Windigo, Magister William, Yona, and Ygritte. It seems like they are interrogating Windigo. Okay, we need to figure out to go in this room.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly
A
don't know
scruffy
the
man
first
lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Why are you being suspected of a murder?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Did you commit the murder?
No. The dead man, Fane, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
Dead man is called Finn.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ask Ifan if he knows anything about where you're headed for Joy.
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Say you'd like to meet Alexander. You show him exactly what you think of this bloody divine order.
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
Victor is angrier.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, dwarf, what's your name?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
I'll tell him my name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
I'm sure these baskets and crates would be useful to you, Victor. Have fun with this. The trash. Now you sell all the trash to this Magister and then kill them and pick up the trash again.
One of us would kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough.
What's your job? You look like a magic maker.
Oh my god, none of the boys have gold.
I'm here because I'm magic. Are you here because
Keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I
So,
reassure you and you shut up?
here is Magister Pady. Peter.
Insufferable.
Is there anything else to look?
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I just want to confirm.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Got 37 gold on me.
Like I said, you aren't on the list.
A no doesn't become a yes over time,
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine.
Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Okay, so there is going to be a battle over here, I feel. We got a recipe. Sorcerer roll.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right. I'm trying to hear anyway.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Boring.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing.
Okay, is there anything else? Nope. Let's find out what's happening here.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
We found the murderer, Wendigo. I think she's the same woman who appeared during the opening scene of the game. She was captured by a magister and was brought on this ship, on this boat. Okay. She confessed to the murder. Okay. Apparently she's equipped with Source Collar.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh my god.
Mask. She stole it. If these savages see me without it, they will have my skull for a goblet.
Wendigo stole our mask. We can no longer expose ourselves. Gotta keep that face hidden amongst humans. Okay, there's a lot of loot here. Quickly, I'm gonna grab everything. We found daggers, a bow and a wand, so this could be useful for our other party members who I would be finding in later in the game after escaping this boat. So both the daggers are equipped. That's good stuff. Nothing in the display case. Because of the Wendigo's attack, the boat is burning. All the magisters appear to be dead. Okay. Look what I found, deck of cards. And candles. This part of the map is weird. People are knocked down because of the attack. I wouldn't check on them. What happened? Are they alive or dead? Okay, they are knocked down.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips. Water? Wine, for goodness sake! Oh!
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
They are all unconscious.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them. She doesn't stir.
At least they are alive.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Okay, now we can loot the corpse. Chunk of flesh. I'm not sure if the undead can read the memories by eating the flesh. If you're an elf, you can definitely recall the memories by eating their flesh.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
And I can loot the ancient book too. So definitely come back here. Now we can go on the upper deck of this section and find out what's there, what's happening there. I hope these guys will survive. Just making sure that I grab everything, because everything according to me is valuable in this game because it gives you gold.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Okay, so I'm just gonna clear all these
God
rooms.
damn it. Need to get off this wreck. Quick.
Look what I found, a gold cup. It's pretty valuable, 125 gold. It's good, it's good. We got a lot of things in our inventory. Painting of forgery.
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
What do I need? I don't think so. I'm too low level right now. I don't think so. I can. Jesus, I can open the doors with my bony finger. I totally forgot that. Okay, what else is there? Oh, pillow. How cute is that? We found a pillow, guys. Okay, if I can find a way to kill them.
A curious name, but no more bizarre than anything else that species does.
Waste of an attack. Paintings are valuable too. I'll show you how you can treat paintings. Oh, later in the game there is this one room there you get a lot of paintings.
And you thought Rivellon was flat?
We are rested and ready to get in conversation with these people. Oh my god, he's shivering.
Thank the gods! By divine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Finger your collar, you can help them if they can get this stupid device off you. I'm gonna fight with them because they're already low on vitality.
He leaps to attention, then whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix! Take out your blade!
Rix raises his sword, which shakes to the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Alright, this is our first battle, people. Get ready to witness the violence of the Night King. Oh, this guy has armor. I can take some damage. What do I have here? I got poison. Poison will heal me. Right now I'm poisoned, guys. Look at that. Ah, critical hit. No, I fucking missed the attack. Jesus. This guy is totally tanked. Okay. Some low end HP. That's it. I needed a critical hit on him. That's it. Okay. I get nothing, just 5 gold out of it. I did get some XP. Let's explore the lower deck. Oh no, we got this region here. We have to explore this first. We found a letter, Murtaugh. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out, you and Rix both. If anyone starts fooling around down there, it will be lights out. Captain Colwyn. Skull marked key. Keys are very important. A lot of detail has been added in this game after the release. So we found a skull mark key. Where is the skull mark door?
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull.
But before we open this door, I just want to check on this Magister. Lots of chests here to be looted. Don't just rush into the door first. Oh, I got panties. Oh, I can hear the people screaming.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is, a warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. Your fingers clack against the wood, and you suddenly feel grey. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
One of the cabins seems to have become infested with tentacles and some sort of lethal fog. We should keep our distance. We have made it to the middle deck. The ship is badly damaged, possibly even sinking. We have to keep moving. A fellow sorcerer named Indigo confessed to the killing. She also implied that we share something in common with her target. Before we could learn more, she somehow triggered a huge explosion. We have to get out of here. It might be wise to find weapons in case there's more dangers ahead. Okay. We found a cracked sword. That would be useful later. And this is the death fog.
Death fog?
We are immune to it.
This means trouble.
We are immune to death fog. How cool is that? Look at it. Awesome. Let me take a screenshot here. What's next? Okay, so there is this secret hidden place, and there is no way we could reach here. So we have the upper deck is infested with vicious voidlings, ugly creatures. Okay. We need to figure it out how to fight them. So that's a cool trick. We just went past them. Oh no. They followed me. They saw me. Oh my god, they saw me, they followed. I'm not gonna fight here. I have to take advantage of this oil. I don't have anything to put up fire here, because oil would have caused them more damage. So they are slowed, which is good. And he just attacked the barrel. Wow. Fucking creature. What do we got here in the inventory? Okay, what can I do here? So I'm just gonna block the path. So they have to attack the crate first. Not enough damage. Not good. I'm gonna play dead. I hope they run away somewhere. I want to loot the corpse of Magister Knight. Let's put out the fire. Yep, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna take some damage here, which is fine because I have the bedroll. Now, who do we have here? So, this is where it leads. Alright.
If you can walk, get yourself up a ladder. There's a... Wait. Void woken.
So these voidlings are level 1 voidlings. I think which is pretty easy to take them down. Now I'm gonna help Lucy here. Oh my god, don't hurt Sybil, the elf lady.
I've faced worse.
So this is a cool battle. The battle of a party. This is the battle of the undead army, people. Kill these voidlings, kill them all. Move forward, charge.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Good people, good, you're doing good.
The ship on my watch.
Nice! So the dwarf has the petrified ability. Where the hell am I? Okay, so when is my turn?
Glory is mine.
Jesus, my turn came after ages. The flurry attack. It's good. Puts out more damage. Sybil is a rogue here, so I won't be using her in my party. I hope I can use this dwarf.
Let's head above decks for some air.
Oh yeah, I saved them. It's a good news. Poor Magister Victor is also dead. We have won this battle. The sheep is also dead. We got raw mutton.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help. And now you are silent. If only all humans were so thoughtful.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
Look around for some way to help her.
With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture.
Take the cloth and hold it tight to the wound to try and stem the bleeding.
Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing.
I'm gonna end your life because I need the loot. All right. Now we need to get out of this ship. We need to escape. Oh my god, I'm knocked down. Oh, the left. Holy shit, the monster is huge.
Well, that was decidedly unpleasant. Am I the lone survivor? Depending on one's definition of survivor, of course.
So that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section what you think about this series. This is Viking Gaming signing out.